Hello and welcome back to Bar Run Forge. It is Thursday evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you are here. Well, we're here. You're there. It's kind of a weird thing. Anyway, with Troy and Eli.
Here with us.
We are here together. We're together here. Right. See, the problem is, as I always said, you can never get there because you're always here.
Fair.
You're always here, so you're never there. Except for you guys, you're there, but you're here. Hi, everybody.
What a great way to start.
Yeah. It is great to have you guys here. I've got a piece of steel cooking in the fire here. And are we okay? Not particularly. If you're speaking about our safety or anything like that, yes. Yes, we are okay. Together, again, there's Bill Corey. So we're going to say hi to everybody. Mr. Corey, Corey Shire at High Desert Forge and Ironworks. Tish Ross at No Judgment with Tish Ross, the podcast. Bobby Lonis, Robert Lonis, the Treadle Shed. Eric at Pumpkin Patch Forge and Ironworks. Daniel Bach, the Bach Maker. Eric Pooch from Full Blown Country. And Bill Corey, Ozzy. Jeff Killian, Adam from Speargrass Forge. Great to have everybody here this evening. Bill says I'm not there, nor am I here. Can you hear? There. Hello, Shane.
Pardon me.
Shane Milan from Move Barrett Forge. Great to have you in here. And we are gearing up. It's going to be some fun time over the next couple weeks. I don't know if they can tell. Is there a way to see in another shot something that just happened today? Look over there. There's another door. Yep. It's another door. So we'll be able to go from inside the blacksmith shop into the fabrication in the wood shop, straight through that door. We don't have to go outside and go around. There's going to be some major changes in the next couple weeks. Major changes? In the next couple weeks, there'll be some serious changes.
Yeah.
Maybe some not so serious changes, but there will be lots of changes.
Yeah.
And we got a great big piece of steel right behind here that's finally in place and put together. I just got to figure out how to use it.
A chunk.
And there's Mr. Ben Strickland, a side hatch. Exactly. And I don't know about you guys. How many of you guys have actually installed doors? I hate doors. There are some things I've done in construction.
I can't stand that band either.
Hello, walls. Yeah. I don't like doing them.
I don't like the doors.
No. And it just... You get this thing plumb and level, and then that thing's off. And so you got to take everything back apart, put it back together again, make the shims and do all that kind of stuff. And especially if you don't have a door frame already made, I mean, you got to make your own door frame.
Yeah.
And then you get into a building that was built for hogs.
Yeah.
And there is zero.
Nothing's level. Nothing plumb.
Level.
None of it.
Anywhere.
Or not.
Mr. John Burnell coming in there. Hello, John. How are you? So anyway, that's what's going on. I'll check on our hunk of steel here.
What kind of hunk of steel you got there, man?
It is our Damascus billet that we've been working on. I know, to some of you, that sounds crazy. Damascus here at Bar Run Forge.
What?
We're not Damascus makers. This is my absolute first attempt at making Damascus. If you weren't here last week,
because you can do it on a live stream.
There you go. That's our motto. If we're going to screw it up, let's do it live.
We'll do it live.
Doors always come out cockeyed. Yes, they do, especially when the guy putting it together is cockeyed. Hunk of burning steel. Hey, Dana. Oh, I forgot to say hi to Dana Major. He was the first one in. He was first in. You didn't say it, so. Screw a pair of hinges on the wall, fire up the chainsaw. Bam, you have a door. There you go.
Boom, there you go.
Woot woots. Ha! That's good stuff. One door closes, another door opens, but we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which has opened for us. Now, did you look that up, or did you have that on tap?
That was pretty quick.
From Alexander Graham Bell.
I don't know. It was pretty quick on how fast he typed that. So.
That was. But we've always heard just the phrase, when one door closes, another opens.
Yeah.
And Bell had a much longer statement, and that's the rest of the statement. Made it two pieces. Yes, you have, John. So anyway, if you have not seen, we basically took kind of an industrial lawnmower blade, not your typical push mower blade. We took some heavy lawnmower blades. Basically, they're off of a finish mower, a big finish mower. Took one of those, cut some chunks of it. I had some industrial bandsaw blades off of a big one at our metal store, just to see what we get. I didn't go crazy on the type of steel that I was putting together, but I wanted to give it a shot. And there you go.
There you go.
That's what we're hoping for. So anyway, it's in the fire, heating up, and we've got, as of tonight, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It is now April the 11th. On the 26th, there'll be people here the 25th.
Yeah.
As of the 26th, it is time for the
Atherin, as our website likes to say.
The Atherin, huh?
The Atherin. No G either. It's Atherin.
What the heck?
Well, it's got a thing where if you zoom in on it, they got a screen now. If you zoom in on it, or as you hover over to try to click on one of the links, it goes like wow, like out at you. So like to try to take a picture of it, it'll always go wow.
Kyle Jones, hello, Kyle.
Wow.
You guys, when are you guys heading out to head this way? What's your date? Now I don't have your finish mower. I wonder if all finish mowers come from Finland. Mr. Roger Caldwell coming in. Hello. So anyway, let's light the fires, kick the tires, or light the tires, kick the fires. Found an Airbnb in Hillsboro, locking it down tomorrow. Very good. There are some kind of neat places in the area. I found out that one of the folks in our church actually has an Airbnb in Wilmington. And they said it's always booked. Always. So, yep, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, man. It has, we think we've talked about it way too early, and then all of a sudden it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's here.
Yep.
And the 2 weeks will fly by. There is a lot to do between now and next 2 Thursdays.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do. Thankfully, the shop, the blacksmith shop, is not in bad condition.
Right.
There's still some things that need to be taken out and put in different places, but not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Out there, a little different story,
It's just
but
getting started.
Not horrible.
No.
Not horrible. So, I'm looking forward to it, man. I am just thrilled. And Eli has been working feverishly over at the Langmuir Crossfire, our plasma table.
Yeah.
Making some really cool stuff over there. I think
Which
you can get.
Boom, right there.
No, Hillsboro isn't where the crazy church is. That's Westboro. I'm going to say that's the one he's probably thinking of.
Probably.
Yeah. Yes, you can get some of those things on the website.
4 items there as blanks on the website.
Yeah.
Check them out.
So what all's on there, Eli?
Right now they can see a Serbian chef knife blank, a coffee scoop handle, apple blank, and bottle opener.
I'll tell you
All
what.
wonderful
Where's one of those
things.
Serbians? Right behind you?
Could be one up there that you've got nailed.
I think that might be that one.
There's one.
Well, let me go of it. I'll just give you a show. Keep an eye on our chunk here. All right, so first of all, you guys designed a handle for a coffee scoop. Really kind of cool. So that gets cut out. Bottle opener. Got a bottle opener blank. And his sister, my daughter, gave him the idea of these apples, and she wanted some for her teacher friend, so he's designed those. These I love. These are called Serbian chef's knife. If you put a handle on one of these dudes, it is such a neat knife for all kinds of things. I mean, it's kind of cleaver-esque, good for cutting, slicing, chopping. It's a flat edge, and it's just really comfortable in the hand. So these are really cool. The Serbian chef's knife, I love those.
And we'd like to thank our model, Vanna Whiteman.
Thank you. Thank you. And he's come up with some other ones, too, that are really kind of cool, and we're waiting on those. I think he did drawer pulls for our house, which will probably be something that likely end up on the website.
Yes, sir.
Be my guess.
Yes, sir.
So what we're doing tonight, last week we put together the longer, thank you, Roger. We put together another piece of Damascus. Since then, I've cut the ends off, cut it in half, put it back on top of each other, cleaned it all up, put it back on top of each other, tacked it back together. So we are doing our second forge weld. We had one crack or delam in it, so as I'm welding this, I'm hoping to put that crack back together. But everything else looked really good. I was really kind of very pleased with the way it turned out.
The Serbian knives are made out of planter discs. So they are, best as we can tell, a medium-high carbon steel. They're not extremely hard, but they hold an edge just fine. Without annealing them, we tried to drill a hole in them, and the drill bit didn't like it. So they're pretty tough. They are, however, not as tough as concrete saw blades.
No.
We tried to cut a blank out of a concrete saw blade, which is a little bit thicker, and also apparently 1,000 times stronger. Like plasma cutter resistant stronger.
Yes. As far as the things that the blanks for the Serbians are cut out of, those are basically planter opener discs. So essentially, these things are designed for acres and acres and acres, slicing through all kinds of soil and dirt. Yep. And I mean, we can go years and hundreds of acres with these before they wear down. So they are durable. They're tough. We know, obviously I've picked them off of there before and literally just sliced my fingers. So yeah, it will hold an edge. Mm-hmm. Now, we have used the concrete blade for our previous knives that we basically forged and cut out of those before, and they hold an edge really, really well, and they're super tough.
Yeah.
We've made for some friends of ours, and they absolutely love it. Absolutely love them.
Yep.
So we're pretty confident in what both of those steels will produce.
Yep, most definitely. Adam,
what's that?
Adam, since they're a wear-resistant steel, likely high in manganese.
There you go. Yeah, like a greater blade or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. High, very high wear. First ever herb chopper was made from a circular saw blade. There you go.
Herb.
If it works, it works.
Yep.
That's the thing, man. So yeah, it's whoo, kind of crazy around here. I don't know how. My hope is to get this forge well done and make a good billet out of it. And if I can get it square, I may try twisting it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But this may be that for it. And if I get it in a good enough billet, I may go ahead and try to punch the hole.
Yep.
Because I'm going to make a little tomahawk kind of thing out of it. So anyway, lots of stuff. Jeff Woodring says, just got out of the hospital. Good to have you in here, though, Jeff. We're praying for you, hoping for the best, man.
Bionic knee.
And then Jeff Killian with his bionic knee. Say, if you're a Jeff, I'm telling you.
Rough time to be a Jeff.
It's rough. Rough time to be a Jeff. Oh, yeah, we're getting close. Yeah, it's been interesting. I've been out working in the fab shop, in the wood shop, doing some construction in there, and it's been raining really hard most of the day. And oh, that's right, vertebral fusion. I apologize, Jeff. I forgot that's what it was.
You said Jeff Killian had the knee.
Yes. Okay. There you go.
You had it right.
I had it right. All right. Anyway, the rain on the tin roof out there. I told Eli, I said, if I'd had a hammock put up this afternoon, I'd have just zonked out. It was almost deafening.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Hey, what, man? We better be sponsored by Granger and Harbor Freight here soon.
What'd you say?
We better be sponsored by Granger and Harbor Freight soon. That's who keeps putting our freaking commercials up during our live stream.
Yeah. Well, we ought to be sponsored by Harbor Freight. As many tools as I bought from there.
True.
So I called. Hey, John, from Brittingham Forge. I called there yesterday. Let me check on the billet first. So I called our local Harbor Freight in Hillsboro from after I had been to the store in Beachmont. I was kind of blowing time. Had my mom at the eye doctor. She was in there for a while. So anyway, I went over there, and they didn't have the thing that I went looking for. And so they said, well, we'll check with the other stores. What's your local store? I said, Hillsboro. I said, don't worry about it. I'll call them. I've got the number, And so I called. Of course, I know they got caller ID, but it was just kind of funny that as soon as I called and she picked up the phone, she said, hey, Troy. I was like, man, I may be there a lot. So they had the thing that I needed, put it aside. So I went and picked it up today.
For too long, he'll be part of HFA.
Harbor Freight's Anonymous. I probably should.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, when I was in my 20s and early 30s, Harbor Freight was it was a joke. You bought stuff to absolutely just use once and throw away.
Yeah. Over
the last 6-7 years, they have massively stepped up their tool game big time. They are really doing it. And part of the reason why you can still get their tools pretty cheap, is like Bauer and Hercules and all those are Harbor Freight brands.
Yeah.
They develop them. They work with them. They do this thing. So it's not some other company sending it to, say, Home Depot or Lowe's,
right,
to sell for their price. They're selling it for their price.
Right.
All right, let's give it a shot. And I'll try to get that weld set. And we actually had some success last week with the power hammer.
Yeah.
Smashing it down and drawing it out a little bit. Like I said, we had that one crack in between one layer. Everything else was homogeneous. And that one crack in between those one layer. Other than that, everything stuck really, really well. So I was very, very pleased.
Very, very.
What's that?
Did very, very on like everything.
Very, 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 very,
very, very well. I was very, very pleased.
Very, very,
very, very good. Hair not staying.
Yeah, it's like, I'm hoping to have his area redone. We'll see. Got electrical all set up, ready to go, so I can start laying lines in there. So, a lot of work. Trying to keep it hot. Will there be a chair for me? Maybe. Maybe. Kyle Jensen back. Now forge a sword. That's a good point. That's a good point, Adam. A double positive is fine in English, but a double negative is not so good.
Right.
Look, there's still tools from Harbor Freight. Like, we just bought this drill, and we just noticed it was slipping a little bit. But we can get the parts for it, and we can get it taken care of. So it should be fine. You know? I've got other tools that I have used and abused. They work great.
One of the biggest recommendations of a tool that we own, Porter Cable Angle Grinder.
Yeah.
That has survived 10 plus years of dad abuse. Still kicking.
Yeah, I couldn't possibly say enough about a Porter Cable angle grinder, especially that one, whatever model that was.
They still make it.
Oh, they still make it?
Yep.
Daniel pulling other languages into it. Oh, I may be going to power hammer.
I'd assume so. I didn't figure you'd just turn it on for fun.
Very good. I think cheap angle grinders are fine. Seems consumable. Okay. Well, I mean, we've got a few of the. We have 4 brands hanging on the wall right there: DeWalt, Bauer, Porter Cable, and Chicago Electric. And I really don't have much of a complaint on any of them.
Nope.
And I've got a cordless Makita, and we have a Hercules.
In the Red Barn, there's a big Bauer and a Hercules in there.
Yeah. You know what Bauer means?
Bauer.
The word Bauer?
Nope.
Brother.
Brother.
Yeah. So if anybody knows how to play euchre, and you have the Bauers, they call the right and the left Bauer. You have the jack of one and the jack of the same color, and they're brothers. So they call them Bauers. I think, is that German? Maybe.
Hey, Bauer.
Hercules. Hey, Brian. Brian's going to be here in less than 2 weeks. Brian will be here before 2 weeks is up.
Yep.
And then maybe after 2 weeks is up. All right. To the power hammer. There you go, $60. We try to find those super coupons and make sure that you get as much bang for your buck as you can.
Yep.
Bauer was a grassy area among shade trees. Good question. The name Bauer is a German surname that comes from the Middle High German word Bur, which means cottage. It can mean peasant, farmer, neighbor, or fellow citizen. I think the fellow citizen is what you're looking at, which can also be construed as the neighbor. The reason I think they did that was you got Hercules and the Bauer, the fellow citizen, the brother to it being Bauer. How about that? Cottage dweller.
I think you're thinking into it too much.
What's that?
I think you're thinking into it too much.
Then we got plans for this guy to get readjusted.
Yeah, I just got a Tractor Supply commercial.
Little crystal metal glue. All right, I think we got some welds to stick, so let's just see if we can't refine that a little bit better. Mr. Troy Sutton. Brother Troy.
Bauer Troy.
I play cornhole because I don't. I don't know about that, Brian. You know how to make the cornhole boards, though. That's for dang sure. Brian's a pretty good woodworker. I'll just say that flat out. Pretty good.
We got to get us a couple cornhole boards. We don't have any.
You got what?
We don't have a cornhole board set here.
We don't. We actually don't. There's Kenny. And I think Kenny is planning on being here 2 weeks from now. That'll be exciting.
Yep.
Finally get to meet the Metal Man. All right, flip that around one more time. I think we're going to have us a billet. Billet O Damascus.
Here you go.
Mostly listening. Well, it's more than I can say for some. Barnyard work. That's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Not a thing wrong with that. Not a thing. So anywho, it's like I said, this project here, I just wanted to do it, to try it, see if I could get it done. And the hope is that eventually I can get this billet enough to where we can, my hope is to make a little hatchet or tomahawk out of it. Familiar with the term, John says. I don't know what you're talking about, bud. No idea, Adam. That's all right. So what is the plan for the Damascus? The hope is to make a little bit of a, I guess what you call it, a tomahawk.
I don't know.
It'll have a spike on one end and kind of a curved blade on the other. We'll do that one more again.
It's the Q.
Fun stuff. For those of you who just think not exciting at all, I get it.
What's
watching me just pull stuff out and hammer it for a little bit and throw it back in. But
what you normally do?
You got to go through the process. You got to go through the process.
True.
And as I said, I've never done this before, so hopefully it'll work out all right. Okay, I do have experience with their bench vices, the Doyle.
Yeah, the big dog.
Definitely. The Central Forge or whatever that was. It's the same stuff as their old anvils.
Yeah.
No. But we've got a couple drill vices, and they work just fine for what they are.
Yeah.
They're not real tight tolerances or anything like that, but We've got one of the drill presses, and we've been pretty pleased with it. It is slipping for some reason, but you know, I'll say the same thing about other stuff. Is look, I've had the big brands, and they fail the first day you have them. So I don't think that's a clear indicator. All right, we'll square this up, and then we'll have a billet. We hope. Now, for those of you who are saying, hey, you got to do it 3 times, fold it 3 times, whatever, you know what? I'm good. This is mostly just like, I'll see if I can do this.
Yeah.
Not go too crazy on the multi-layers and stuff like that. And I am a fan of low layer, so as far as Damascus goes, I do like the low layer Damascus. For example, John Burnell made us a semi-low level, low layer Damascus hammer that is gorgeous. It will never touch hot steel.
Yeah. You done on the power hammer?
What's that?
Are you done on the power hammer?
One more.
Oh, okay.
Okay, slipped on me a little bit, so we got a little crack right in there. Let's get it up to forge welding, and I'll do that one with hand hammer. Just a little dark, shady spot.
Yeah, Bobby figured out him a nice hammer.
Oh, yeah. That was the one he and Chris Schaefer worked on, wasn't it?
And Hazel.
And who?
Hazel.
Oh, it was on Hazel?
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, that was the, oh, gosh. Yeah. Hazel remembers that hammer.
Yes, sir.
There's Mr. Crawford. Hi, buddy. On the Troy stream. Eli's here. We're just excited to have you guys, man. I'm telling you what. And I am greatly looking forward to a couple weeks from now. Yeah. I'm thrilled. We got to, looking at our food situation and how are we going to do this and do that, and well, how many are we going to have? And we're like, we're not going to have that many. And then actually started counting them up. And like, well, that's not true. Looks like Saturday we could have 30. And that will be good. We'll have some great food, man. Great food. And fellowship. And forging. And frivolities.
All of them.
Yep. I'm hoping for some music.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for some music. There's enough musicians among the bunch, and we ought to be able to play some music.
Rob Huff said he'd come play some thrash metal.
I don't care. I hope Rob can make it.
Yeah.
Sure, we get this bad boy up to a good
Hello,
heat.
Crawford.
brush that up. See that dark spot. All right. Just on this one side. Whew. Tell you what, I started out this evening wore out. So
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll go a full length episode tonight or not. Your mouth harp, that again. Music is music. As long as it's music. You know? I know that sounds kind of stupid. That sounds like something that John Madden would say.
Very similar, yeah.
Push the date back to the summer. I can't get there until the school year ends. Oh, man. I hate that. Well, let me tell you something. As much as we would love to have you for the gathering, I spoke to Chris Schaefer, and he can't make it. His daughter is graduating college. Like that's more important. But anyway. But the door's open. You know, we'd love to have you for the gathering, but we'd also love to have you here.
Anytime.
Yeah. Like Brian can't make it for the gathering because he's on his way to something else. However,
yeah,
he's going to stop in prior and hang out with us. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if you know this or not, but fire's hot.
I tend to find it out a couple times. My finger found it out earlier this week.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I don't. You know, if you can't make it, you can't make it.
Yep.
You know, your child graduating college, I get it. Whatever.
You didn't go to my college graduation.
What's that?
You didn't go to my college graduation.
Nobody went to your college graduation.
True. Paid a whole lot of money for some dude on YouTube to say, Elijah Roush.
That's it. I'll tell you how open Bar Run Forge is. We have allowed Bill Corey here on multiple occasions.
Multiple occasions.
And you can come to church with us, just like Jeff Killian said.
Yeah. We'll be there.
Boy, that piece is stubborn. One spot.
The one and only Bill Corey.
That's right. Bill Corey? Yes, even Bill Corey. And here's the crazy part. Some of you guys have been here within an hour and a half of us and still not come.
Yeah.
If you've been to Quad State.
Goshen.
Or Goshen.
Yeah.
Not been far from us at all. Phil Hartman's. Zydeco player. Nothing wrong with Zydeco.
I don't know what is.
I mean, we're going to be eating gumbo and crawfish boil on Saturday night. Zydeco would fit right in.
Yeah.
I wonder if Crawford boil is any similarity.
Heard it's a bit gamey.
You probably just have to get those lanced.
Yeah.
If you have a Crawford boil. Yeah. What character did he play? I keep forgetting. You've told me this before. What character did he play in Les Miserables? Which is, I think, a pretty decent reason to miss. Unbelievable. One little spot. We're going to get it on this one, though.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby from Dogbone. Dogbone Knives. An author. Bobby is an author.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought he was a blacksmith.
And we had Tish Ross on here earlier. Yeah. Tish is an author. She's got a kind of a devotional story book about her Christian life, things like that. Okay, you're going to have to tell me what a theremin is. I mean, I know somebody who makes didgeridoo gouges or chisels or whatever. But I don't know what a theremin is.
Chaz Walker.
Hello, Chaz. It was good to have you in here. Chaz Walker, Alforge. It's going great. If I can get this weld to stick. If I don't lose my piece in there.
Oh, Harbor Freight again.
Oh, that's going to smell great. All right.
Matt Struck.
Say Matt's in here.
Frank.
Excellent.
Frank and Matt.
Well, here's the test. Or soon to be the test. See whether it all stuck or not.
Bobby, I'm sure we can find you a guitar.
Yep. All right. We're going to let that sit there.
How you dunk it in water and throw it on the ground.
Right.
Belt stuck.
We got a big spider.
I was going to say, I saw that spider crawl up out of your glove.
Was that out of my glove?
I don't know. Witness an unaliving on camera.
I have seen the rotating bass.
Oh, yeah. Gatling guitar. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Whew, sorry about being out of breath there. All right. We're going to let that sit there and cool for a little bit. And then I'll probably cut the end off and grind it up a little bit and see what we got. If you guys are okay hanging around for a little bit, we'll chat some and see what we come up with. If we have to put it back in another time and weld it up, we will. Kind of is what it is. But yeah, I'm hoping. So 2 weeks, and then we've made a connection with one of our local breweries. Really cool place. It's called Sons of Toil. If you guys are coming, well, shoot. If you're coming here, you aren't going to go to Sons of Toil. You're going to eat here. Yeah. But we get an excuse me. We get an opportunity to go over there and demonstrate and sell some of our wares on occasion. They're just great people to work with, and so we're excited to have those opportunities. We'll be headed back to Metamora, Indiana, and we'll have stuff in the Village Smith there at his shop. We're going to hit a couple other events this year. In August, has the Ohio Valley Antique Machinery Show, so that's kind of an anniversary thing for me. No, we got guitars,
We got
dude.
plenty of guitars.
We got guitars. So yeah, it's we've got a heavy year ahead of us. One of the things we have decided to do is we are not doing the full farm this year. So we've leased it out to some folks from our church, the tillable acreage out to our folks from the church for a 2-year contract. And that basically is to give us the opportunity to do things like what we're doing back here, to bring about another source of income. And we've got some equipment and building things that have been kind of put off on the back burner for way too long. So it's going to give us the opportunity and the funds to be able to do those things. So hopefully the shop starts pulling in a little bit more money and add to the income, and we can focus on getting some things done in the meantime. So it was kind of a hard decision because farming is in my blood. Look, it's not that we won't be farming. There's always farm stuff to do. It's just we won't be putting out the crops this year. There's always going to be stuff to do, and over the next year and 18 months or so, we're going to be busy. There's no question about that. We are going to be busy on the farm and in the shop. So it was a hard decision, but we made that decision to kind of help everybody out, and it helps them out. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to what is to come, because we've got wait, are you going all YouTube? No. Dude, we haven't even hit 5,000. We're 200 shy of 5,000. So a friend of mine out in Arkansas, David at Come On Homesteading, I think was in the 30s, 32 or something like that. And he had saved up money, bought his farm or bought his place out there and everything. And he's got enough views and things like that to be able to support himself just by YouTube. Got some other friends that only do YouTube, but no, we've talked to, like, having conversation with Roy and Jess up until last year. I mean, essentially, you're looking at a minimum wage income from all of what they did on YouTube. It's you got to have lots and lots of views and support and memberships and things like that. I don't know that we ever intend on doing full-time YouTube. I mean, Eli's got a good job. I love the farm. My concern is if we did something like that, it would end up being something that we didn't enjoy anymore. And as we've both said, when it gets to that point, we stop. And because there's other things in life that you can be doing, and that doesn't have to be one of them. But well, I think what I'm going to do is take this thing over to the vise. Eli, if you're okay with that, chop the ends off, just right at the ends, and then get the grinder out and grind it up. See if we got a good billet. What do you think?
All right.
Okay. So you could talk to the people while I'm setting all that stuff up, or see what everybody's up to.
Are you going to be cutting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Probably
on the end.
Marshall it.
Okay.
Kill their eardrums today. I already missed it one time with the power hammer, so I don't think they'd be too happy about it.
Say good.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bar Run Forge. It's Troy, and today's video sponsor is...
Have you ever had a stair crumbled up, torn apart, shiny forge weld, and wondered whether you should have had neutral flame or an oxidizing heat while searching for your favorite toilet spoon to pour on some white powdery crystal metal glue? Well, that's what it's like when you don't have Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux. When you grab a hold of a box of Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux, you feel like you've put the power of Hephaestus in the palm of your hand. And now you may even muster up the gumption to forge scrollwork without even using a hammer. So pick up a box of Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux today before you fall into a state of utter chaos that'll have you questioning your very existence. Flux.
Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux is not a registered trademark and is not available in 49 of the 50 states, especially in that state up north. Buy yours now for just 12 easy payments of $29.95. payable only in quarters.
Caution, Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux may cause severe irritation to Roy Adams. Please avoid using the words Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux around Roy. Do not use Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux in the vicinity of Roy Adams, or he will be forced to tackle you to the ground and bludgeon you. Avoid saying the phrase flux, flux, flux. It will only anger Roy Adams and throw him into fits of temper and force him into a Roy rant, and no one wants that. Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux may cause eye irritation, runny nose, skin lesions, bad hair days, poorly fitting fire chaps, rheumatiz, slicing golf shots, uneven tire wear, pixies to appear, rickets, hammer toe, volatile screaming fits, unusual beard growth, ingrown toenails, silly songs with Larry, a mess, a giggling Jessica, and definitely not better Forge Weld. Please use responsibly.
Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux.
I put that
Flux
on everything.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bar Run Forge. It's Troy, and today's video sponsor is...
Have you ever had a stair crumbled up, torn apart, shiny forge weld, and wondered whether you should have had neutral flame or an oxidizing heat while searching for your favorite toilet spoon to put on some white powdery crystal metal glue? Well, that's what it's like when you don't have Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux. When you grab a hold of a box of Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux, you feel like you've put the power of Hephaestus in the palm of your hand. And now you may even muster up the gumption to forge scrollwork without even using a hammer. So pick up a box of Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux today before you fall into a state of utter chaos that'll have you questioning your very existence. Flux.
Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux is not a registered trademark and is not available in 49 of the 50 states, especially in that state up north. Buy yours now for just 12 easy payments of $29.95, payable only in quarters.
Caution, Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux may cause severe irritation to Roy Adams. Please avoid using the words Christ-Centered Ironworks brand flux around Roy. Do not use Christ-Centered Ironworks. I didn't have a chance to switch it over before we started grinding, so I'm talking to people. I love how he tries to talk and then goes right back to grinding and say, "What's that?" Like, you get to see a little, like, sparks above my head there. Watch it fly into the fire. Also doesn't wear hearing protection, and then, what's that? What's that? What's that? Ah. Oh, good. Is it solid?
Well, let's see here.
Bill.
It's that side. Maybe a little crack on that side there. Looks pretty good there. That looks more like a surface crack.
Had to figure out a new commercial. Or at least something like B-roll or something like that to play. In case we need to. Dude,
Yep.
It's dark outside.
Yeah, it is. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Bring it to the camera. See if they can see.
Huh?
All right, so right in there.
Say it.
Huh?
Cricket.
It's a little bit of a crack right there, but I think it's a surface crack because I can see some of the other layers in here.
Hey.
And then there's a little bit of a crack right there, but again, I think it's surface, and I see all the layers here. So I think we're okay.
Crooked.
It is crooked. It is crooked. To what? That's true. A Damascus Hardy tool? Nope.
Like a really pretty ending.
All right, so the intent is now find out where I want to put the axe type head, the hatchet head, and then this end for the point to find out where that center point is. Then we'll get it hot again and start working on punching a hole. Obviously, I don't want to go across the layers of the Damascus through those because I'm sure that might blow it apart. But we're going to go through, and hopefully that doesn't cause it to come apart that way. So that's the hope, and that's the plan from here, is to make a bit of an axe out of that. Little hatchet, tomahawk, whatever you want to call it.
I think that should be a series.
What?
Like unnecessarily pretty tools.
Tools.
Like make Damascus tongs.
Right.
Just real nice and shiny.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Like a hot cut, Damascus
hot cut.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Probably be really stupid.
Yes.
Depending on what kind of steel you use, but be like, here it is. It's really pretty and hot cut.
What time we got?
33.
Yeah, I think we can talk a little bit more, but that's pretty much it for me.
Give them something to talk about.
A little something to figure out.
It's scary looking outside.
Yeah. Well,
I passed a couple creeks that were flooded on my way.
Yeah, we're
here.
supposed to be under flood watch or warning. There's animals.
Did you?
Things were going pretty good.
I don't think I got any.
From who? Don't cross the streams. Oh my gosh. What happened?
Oh yeah,
OJ died?
OJ died. Did I know that?
No, I didn't. Well, there you go. Huh. One of the things we have been doing, and I think we'll have to do our recording tonight, is for podcasts.
Yes.
We've had the podcast now for about 5 weeks.
Podcast. 5 weeks.
Okay. And so that's been fun. We've enjoyed kind of just hanging out with each other and talking about different things. Again, we haven't got a whole lot of listeners to that yet, but
you can change that
but
by
you guys
subscribing
can change that.
to the Forged in Faith podcast.
So we've enjoyed that, but we just we're trying to make sure that we're going to hang in there for a little while and see how things go. Did we see your message? You mean on here?
Well, yeah, from Matt. We did.
Oh, okay.
We said hi.
Turn around, don't drown. That's exactly it. I'm telling you what. The other year or two ago,
yeah.
We had a lot of flooding, and then there's this house that is across a little bridge on a creek that floods all the time, just off of Mertland Road. And I was coming home late at night, and I saw this family with their car with the front wheels in the water, and I'm just like, you guys are not going to do that, because I know how deep it was in there. I mean, it was like 3 feet deep at least over the bridge. I mean, there's at least 3 feet of water going over the bridge. And like, we're going to, I said, just stay put just for a little bit. I said, let me run back to the house and at least go get my kayak or canoe and kayak. And I said, if worst case scenario, I'll ferry you over there, or let me just be around and, to be in the water and safe. So I went and got my boat, came back. And by the time I came back, most of them were doing this, water up in here, moving water.
Yeah.
And it was a dad and his kids. And I was like, you're stupid. You're the ones who come up on the news every night. They made it across. I don't know how. But, that kind of stuff. Because where that creek was on either side, it just snags. I mean, all kinds of trees, small trees and stuff like that.
I want to know, have you ever seen
So, I mean, if you lose your footing, you're pinned up against a bunch of snags and trees and stuff.
Golly.
Wow. Speaking of getting the boat out,
I was about to say.
we may have to do that just to get back in the house. Oh,
Try to listen to hear if we can hear it in the.
What's that?
Yeah, exactly. Trying to make sure we can still hear us on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
Can't hardly hear it.
That doesn't surprise me.
Microphone
it is deafening
quality
in here.
What?
It is. So, I think what we'll do.
What?
Is we'll probably call it a night. And
call it a monsoon. What are you talking about?
Wade our way home.
I don't know if I can catch a video angle.
I don't know, but
Here, I'll move
folks, it's coming down. Don't lose it. Now that it backs off.
Yeah.
So your comic cancels too much background noise. Generally, these do. I mean, I've been out in the windy. When I did the straw bale taters video, that was with the Comica with just this right here, and you couldn't hardly hear the wind. It was windy enough to knock the camera over, but you couldn't hear it on the video. Yeah, Drowning Man refusing all kinds of God's help. Sure. Yeah, got the 2 boats and the helicopter. He refused them all. We good?
Yeah. Being an idiot now.
You just zooming in on my face?
Yep. Got any words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom?
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying. Obviously, you're not listening to them.
What wisdom am I not listening?
I'm telling you what.
That's right there. That's
it
as far
is
as you can go either way.
Sheets of rain right now.
Sheets.
Yeah, dumb and stupid are 2 different things.
Sheets.
Ignorant and stupid are 2 different things. We talked about that this past week. Is the difference between ignorant and stupid. Ignorant is just without the information. Stupid is you have the information, you still did something wrong.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Stupid is as stupid does. That's exactly it.
I don't know why the little thing won't go away.
Absolutely. So are you still zoomed in on me?
Yeah.
You're a goober.
Sheets.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
Can we camp out in the forge? Absolutely.
Got a chair.
Yep. Yeah. We were talking earlier. I said if I'd have had a hammock in there, I'd have been asleep. And that's gonna highly likely
That's gonna
happen.
I think people are leaving.
Okay, guys, we love you. We're so happy to have you. Thank you guys so much for all your support. 2 weeks from today, or tomorrow, technically, the gathering will be here. Hopefully, we can get the Damascus tomahawk made without any serious issues. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Go to the website.
We'll
go to the podcast.
Put on our floaties and head on back to the house.
Our balaclavas.
Balaclavas. There you go. Or
would not be confused with baklava.
There you go.
Which is a Greek dessert.
Much better. Much better to eat.
It is. Baklava sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah. All right,
guys.
Go
to the website. Go buy some links. Go buy some other stuff. Go to the Forged in Faith podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the website. Don't forget the website, which is our website, www.barrunforge.com, BARRUNFORGE.com with the zoomed in.
Face, so I thought,
with the zoomed in.
All right. God bless you guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Okay, bye.
Bye.